when you've had time to recover from the flight, I find that there are two types of holiday makers. There are the itinerant ones and the I'll see where the day takes me ones. I have to say I am a bit of both. So the itinerant ones are the people who are first in the queue at breakfast at 6 o'clock in the morning. I go past a hotel on my way to work at 8:30 and see them all standing at the bus stop with their big cameras and their itineraries as they want to go and have a look around Edinburgh. And on their itinerary it says that they have to be at Edinburgh Castle at 9 o'clock, and you have to then be at another tourist attraction by 11:30. And the people who are I'll see where the day takes me holiday makers are those who turn up at the final minute of breakfast, and then they follow the people who went out to be the first people there. And there's a tension between them because the people who are itinerant holiday makers are confused as to why the other group of people are at that particular attraction at that time, because shouldn't they have gone to the first place on their itinerary first? And this can carry on all through the holiday. It is especially fun to watch them at restaurants as the itinerant people proudly kind of sit in their booked group and then are shocked as the non-itinerant holiday makers appear at the same restaurant and just ask for a table and then possibly end up sitting beside them, and there is that awkward smile that they know each other but they can't be seen to talk to each other because the itinerant people paid to be organized and kept away from these people who just turn up whenever they want. So this pattern continues all the way to the end of the holiday, because there is what I would like to call Tat and Pack Day. That is when you pack your stuff to go home and start to buy random tat that you think your gran would appreciate. A duck that says "I love Edinburgh" on it, or that you should buy 10 postcards, 8 of which you won't send, and then you think of that thing you saw on day 1 of your trip, but thought to yourself, I'll wait until Tat and Pack Day to go and buy it. But then you can't think where you saw this thing that you have to buy, so spend the whole day trying to retrace your entire holiday to try and find this gift. And then you panic as you try and cram your luggage, your stuff back into your suitcase, because come the next day you find that you didn't pay for baggage in the hold, so you're always nervous as you stand in the queue and see your neighbor from the hotel next in line, and you hold your breath as you see how much the agent will let them get away with, and hope that they'll do the same to you and be kind, instead of having to pay the cost of your holiday again, to just make sure that Gran gets her duck home in one piece. And so you get through check-in unscathed, and you do the final pint of the holiday snapshot, and then you get onto the plane, and the crew bombard you with merchandise such as perfume or toys, and the toys take your fancy until you discover that they would cost again the same amount as your flight, and would be played with for 2 seconds. So you arrive back at the airport, and the people standing in the queue are the ones who have paid for priority boarding, and they think it is also priority exit. So they're stampeding off the plane. I don't know why, because the taxi queue will be as long as will the wait for the bags. And then you are at the taxi queue and you see the taxi drivers half looking terrified and half with glee, happy because they've got an airport job, and unhappy because they have seen how many bags you've got and think, how the fuck am I going to fit the bags and the passengers into my cab? But it's an airport job, so I must. So they attempt to be nice to you as they configure your bags around you. So successfully you get home. Again, you're tired and grumpy like you were when you arrived at your hotel. But there is nobody apart from you to take your bags upstairs and unpack them. So what is the solution to all this? It's time to have another holiday.